It is you, the young and fearless at heart, the most diverse and educated generation in history that this nation is waiting to follow. Former President Barack Obama said that at the 50th anniversary of the Selma March. The next generation, my generation, that this nation is waiting to follow. I hear a lot of that, oh, our generation's the future, you guys are going to be up next. I think it's time we start believing those messages and see the real problem with the youth of America. The social media, music, and kids in general are just tearing down what this generation, what this nation could be. And instead of a different generation of hope, we're all going to be hoping for a different generation to come. Suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in America. 10th. Instead of accidents and diseases killing people, no, people are taking their own lives at a rate with accidents and diseases. Think about the complete war zone going on in about 50,000 people in America who kill themselves each year. Most of them are young adults. Suicide's the second leading cause of death among ages 13 through 18. More teenagers and adults kill themselves than cancer, heart disease, AIDS, birth defects, stroke, pneumonia, influenza, and chronic lung disease all combined. That for me is so hard to imagine. I'm willing to bet many people at least know someone who's at least affected by cancer. But guess what? More young adults kill themselves each year than dying from cancer. Boys and girls are all affected by this. And as someone witnessing what's going on, I think I know why. 71% of kids use more than one social media site. On these sites, I'm willing to bet that they've seen these memes. I mean, we all love a good chuckle. Pure laughter is one of the best things, in my opinion. But these funny and good things have been turned into something bad. Jokes about suicide and rape are used so flippantly, it's installed in the youth as a joke. But as the youth of America face this problem, it becomes less of a joke and more of a solution. 88% of kids own a cell phone. Of these kids, 43%, almost half have been bullied. Cyberbullying victims are 2 to 9 times more likely to consider suicide. As you can see, many have experienced the real virus on the internet. There's another statistic I want to share. According to Spotify, rap is the most listened to genre on the platform. 26% of those listeners are teens. Kids are listening to rap at a high rate. And the messages being sent from music through their lyrics to our kids is probably the most destructive thing. Ralph DeClemen, PhD of Emory University Rollins School of Public Health, conducted a study on 522 young girls and found that they are 3 times more likely to hit a teacher, 2.5 times more likely to get arrested, twice as likely to have multiple sexual partners, 1.5 times more likely to get a sexually transmitted disease, use drugs, or drink alcohol. That's just girls. Just from listening to these awful lyrics, they are getting flat up ruined. Of the top 10 songs being listened to in March 2019, number 1 was Sunflower by Post Malone and Swan Lee. She was a bad girl, nevertheless. Calling me quits now, baby, I'm a wreck. Crash at my place, baby, I'm a wreck. Needless to say, it's a pretty good tune. However, the message of the song is that meeting up and hooking up with a girl at a party is winning. And the 4th most listened to song is Middle Child by J. Cole. In the first verse, he talks about loading his clip and finding people who don't like them and killing them. Then the next, he talks about doing drugs and drinking. Now, those are just some of the top listened to songs. And what do these tell our kids? Well, if you take advantage of a girl sexually, then you win. And if you destroy who doesn't like you, then you will be real and cool. Sweet. That's what we're giving to the next generation. Then, the number 6 listened to song is a song with an inappropriate name. And the whole song, he's telling a woman to bust down, which is a sexual term. And if she does, she will be every man's fantasy. Sweet. Let's recap what the youth has learned. Not only take advantage of women, but women, if you do let a man take advantage of you, you will be accepted by everyone and loved. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to say, but that's what my generation, what your kids, thinks is respectful. And it's not just outside sources destroying kids, it's kids themselves. There's a powerful poem called To This Day, and I want to show a real quick clip of that real quick.
When I was a kid, I used to think that pork chops and karate chops were the same thing. I thought they were both pork chops. And because my grandmother thought it was cute, and because they were my favorite, she let me keep doing it. Not really a big deal. One day, before I realized fat kids are not designed to climb trees, I fell out of a tree and bruised the right side of my body. I didn't want to tell my grandmother about it because I was scared I'd get in trouble for playing somewhere I shouldn't have been. A few days later, the gym teacher noticed the bruise and I got sent to the principal's office. From there, I was sent to another small room with a really nice lady who asked me all kinds of questions about my life at home. I saw no reason to lie. As far as I was concerned, life was pretty good. I told her whenever I'm sad, my grandmother gives me karate chops. This led to a full-scale investigation, and I was removed from the house for 3 days until they finally decided to ask how I got the bruises. News of this silly little story quickly spread through the school, and I earned my first nickname, Pork Chop. To this day, I hate pork chops.
Why do kids bully? Why do kids tower over the weak? Because it's what they're told to do through music and memes, to be respected, to be cool. These messages go to our kids in one ear and out the mouth. 28% of teens have been bullied. Now, so what they're bullied, just persevere. But bullying affects them. The Center for Disease Control found that students who experience bullying are at an increased risk for poor school adjustment, sleep difficulties, anxiety, and depression. Bullying is a sickness. It's a disease that affects so many kids. In 2017, I decided to repeat 6th grade for age reasons. I was a good student, funny, handsome, and humble. I never did anything to my fellow classmates to be mean. But for every day, for 180 days, insults rolled in wave after wave. Me and my mom cried ourselves to sleep many nights. And at one point I was just like, you know what, I'm done. You want to say something to me? I'm going to say something back, and I'm going to hit you where it will make you cry. I wanted to hurt you. It's not who I am. The kids pounded in these messages about me, and I wanted to spit them back out. I hated kids. I also thought these things about myself. I didn't care about myself. And this false notion that suicide is a natural response to bullying has the dangerous potential to normalize that response. But you see how easy it is to be there? 1 year for me. That's it. 1 year I was happy, and the next I hated people. Now I changed, and someone I heard last year said to me at lunch, fellow generation, if we're going to change the way we live, I would like to share how I've escaped the influential way of life that this generation now lives. Now, I'm not perfect, and I'm not saying to be like me, we're all going to end up like this. But if we all embrace our personalities, we might just be the generation everyone's hoping for. I listen to music, I love memes, and I hang out with maybe not the best people. However, I found the solution is very simple. If you think making kids seem lower than yourself makes you cool, you're wrong. Be nice to them, and now everyone thinks you're cool. If you think making fun of a sensitive subject is worth a laugh, you're wrong. Make jokes that everyone can laugh at. That pure laughter is so great. And also, if you see yourself being consumed by the women subjecting and drug abusing music, have some self-control, have some soul power, and turn it off. Generation, being mean is easy, but we were not meant for easy. We're meant for more. Fellow kids, imagine what a nice school, what a nice world would be. Just be kind. Be above the negative, and most of all, be the generation we're supposed to be. Thank you.